It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. GA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Giddey and Gilgeous-Alexander are the guards. Then there's Holmgren. Then it's Williams. And it's Pokusevski in at the 4 side. And for Sacramento, Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about adding a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. And here is Giddey. Fox with the steal. And up the court come the Kings on the break. This one for 3. Kept alive by Sacramento. Sabonis. The 3 from Barnes. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now, here's Fox. 11-point game his last outing. Murray, the pass to Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Now, Barnes can be hard to contain sometimes around the rim. He can create just enough space to be effective.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Giddey. Williams against Barnes. Here's Pokusevski. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And Giddey with a little giddy up on that pass.
Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Giddey against Fox. Pass to Barnes. And here's Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. It's blocked, and he recovers it. A second chance effort, and Holmgren pulls it down.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. Plenty of space. He can't get that one, so the Kings will take it the other way. Like many scouts felt, Murray was the most NBA ready of all the draft prospects last year.
He understands what he does well and plays to that. He can control the pace. It's hard for defenders to speed him up, and he gives you versatility at both ends.
Here's Williams. After the basket by Sabonis. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
The Kings have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Outside, Fox. Here's Herter. That falls. Nice speed that time from Sabonis.
Shot preparation is fantastic as Herter's able to get his feet set that time.
Oklahoma City trailing. Now the pass to Giddey. Barnes against Williams. Over Barnes. It's hauled in by the Kings. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
Now Giddey. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Giddey against Barnes. Now here's Giddey. Tight defense on him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This team has credited Giddey's background for shaping him as a player.
You know, he grew up in a house dominated by basketball. Both his parents played professionally in Australia, and that goes a long way toward developing your basketball IQ.
And the first one at the line is good. I know one thing the Kings wanted to focus on this season, and Brent, that was defense.
Well, they're a team that's been at the bottom of the league on the defensive ratings for quite some time. And one way to remain competitive is to bring your defensive intensity on a nightly basis. It's going to be a point of emphasis for this new coaching staff to get these guys on board.
He's off on the second.
Going forward, the Thunder have a ton of draft capital for them to put a lot of first-round picks either to play for themselves or in play to make some significant trades. Lots of flexibility there.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Thunder trailing by 3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Holmgren the pass to Giddey. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's off the back rim. No good. And Oklahoma City with all those picks, Brent, should be interesting to see how they use them.
Yeah, and that process has already started in the 22 draft. They used some of that capital to line up some players they have on their current roster. So it's really interesting at some point what it is that the front office does to say, this is our team. And this is who we're moving forward with.
Thunder have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Williams. Puts it up from 15. Rebound by Murray.
Well, he's a guy to count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An 11-point game for him in the win against Indiana. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, this is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Fox dishes to Barnes. Passes it to Herter. Outside, Sabonis. Kicks to Fox. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Giddey. Thunder trailing by 5. There's the pass to Pokusevski. Offensive rebound. And Giddey gets it to go.
Yeah, and that's all Giddey, just outsmarting and getting himself in position.
Kings leading now by 3. Now Fox. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Herter. There's Sabonis. Back to Herter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Sabonis. Herter's got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder trailing by 5. That's tipped. Giddey kicks to Williams. Giddey the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Holmgren. And a miss there on the triple. Fox with it. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. And that one drops. Now it's a 7-point Sacramento lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. Back in 2020, De'Aaron Fox signing a massive extension, Greg. 5 years and $163 million.
Yeah, and Kevin, every NBA hopeful wants that second contract. Credit to De'Aaron for working his tail off and earning every penny of that deal.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Medu, he's checked in for Murray. Trey Lyles comes in for Barnes. Monk's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Mitchell in for Fox. Mann passes to Williams. He kicks it to Saric. Here's Mann. Saric trying to break free.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
To the middle. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Thunder trailing by 9. Outside, Dort. Pass to Mann. Now, here's Holmgren. 26 points for him last game against Indiana.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Here's Mann, covered by Mitchell. Oklahoma City moving it around. From downtown, Sacramento grabs the miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Sabonis inside. Defended by Dort. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his third basket of the night. Thunder trailing by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Passes to Mann. Shot to stop the run. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got his fifth rebound in this one. Now, here's Monk. Defended by Dort. Monk, the pass to Sabonis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mitchell. That one, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Over in the corner, Dort. The kick out to Williams. Hits the three-point bomb.
Wanting to do whatever is good for the team on any given possession. That time, Dort playing unselfishly.
And here is Mitchell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Williams with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Sharge passes to Mann. Misses the three.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Monk. 8 points his last outing. And there's the pass to Lyles. Mitchell left side. Unhindered, going all the way. Oklahoma City gets a new shot clock. Dort wide open. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Mitchell kicks to Lyles. Up top, Monk, defended by Dort. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Kings lead by 7.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Dort passes to Saric. Williams with the ball. Pass to Dort. Just 5 to shoot. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in. Dort's got 5 points so far.
Dort showing a little bit of touch there and gets aggressive off the dribble.
Mitchell looking it over. Left side, Sabonis. Back to Mitchell. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Williams is running. Holmgren gets the bucket. Now it's just a 3-point Kings lead.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Mitchell outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. It's been all about Domantas Sabonis for the Sacramento Kings. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Here's Fox. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
When it comes to teams that have struggled in recent years, the Kings come to mind. And those recent years actually extend out a lot longer than anyone wants to admit. It's just been one tough season after another.
Kevin Huerter is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Terrence Davis. Then there's Murray. And it's Fox in at the point guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. It's Williams, high post. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Here's Giddey. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Indiana.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
And through the Kings' struggles, Brent, they've had many good players. But it's hard to believe they haven't reached the playoffs since 2006.
Yeah, it's really a head-scratcher, Kevin. And you can see that they're hungry. They want to get back to the postseason, but they just need some continuity. They need some guys to really pull together. And in order for all of that to happen, they got to establish an identity. And under this new coach, maybe that will happen.
Free throw good, Fox.
Even De'Aaron Fox has talked about how he's the fastest player in the league. The cool thing about it is night after night he seems to prove it.
Pokashevsky's checked in for Dort. Fox hits them both. Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
He misses the free throw. Oklahoma City had one of the all-time NBA trios, didn't they? Brent, Durant, and Harden, and Westbrook, 3 future MVPs. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever see that again.
Yeah, incredible, Kevin. Going to that finals in 2012, I mean, obviously really young and green at that time. But unfortunately, Harden was traded away that summer. They took a hardline stance, and he was off to Houston. And just think back, would they have won titles together, and how many?
Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Left side, Williams. Pass to Giddey. At the elbow, Williams. Clock at 4. Knocks it loose. Fox with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. The Kings have made a lot of moves to shake up their roster. De'Aaron Fox says, I think the mood is definitely better. It's like a breath of fresh air. Getting a feel for each other and seeing the chemistry come to fruition is huge. Success isn't always immediate with trades and signings, so we look toward the future. Kevin, back to you.
That's all they can do. Okay, thanks, D.A. First free throw is good.
And the Kings look a whole lot different now than they did for most of the 21-22 season. And they were changes that had to be made.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Now when a team suffers a playoff drought like the Kings have, Greg, you can expect some major moves.
And you just hope they can find some stability, Kevin, moving forward. This is a team that's gone through 12 head coaches since the last time they made the playoffs. And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Davis in the corner. Williams against Murray. Poked loose and stolen by Williams. Here's Pokusevski. Barnes grabs the miss. And Barnes has got the ball here for Sacramento. Passes it to Davis. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Davis missing. Thunder trailing by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And they call an illegal screen here.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
And the Thunder making a change here. Joe's checked in. Kings leading now by 6. Fox feeling it out a bit. Barnes up top. No good with the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Thunder have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Outside Williams. And Williams slams it in.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Now, here's Fox. Kicks it to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Herter passes to Fox. Murray against Williams. And the shot goes down. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Williams. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Pokusevski. Missed it, even after all those chances. Gilgeous-Alexander against Davis. He kicks to Barnes. Outside, Fox. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. And now a 9-point Sacramento lead. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Now a key member of that 73-win Golden State Warrior team was Harrison Barnes.
And almost the forgotten part of the famed death lineup, it was Barnes, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Andre Iguodala. Harrison, a big piece of that 2015 championship team as well.
Thunder trailing by 9. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams passes to Pokusevski. Come on. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. Kings leading now by 9. The pass to Davis. Kicks it to Barnes. Back to Davis. Tipped away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Sacramento has possession. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Fox. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. That one rolling around and rims out. Thunder trailing by 9. Puts it up from 12. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Fox passes to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Fox does a great job of sizing up the defense and then finding a hole. So good at getting in there.
So it's the Thunder now. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Williams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Harrison Barnes picks one up. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And that one misses. Holmgren, he's checked in for Kenrich Williams. And the second free throw, good. Greg, you think of everything that goes into making it to the NBA as a player. Did it come easy for you, or was it all work?
It's easy, really, to overlook the grind, but when you love the game, all those hours in the lab don't feel quite like work. At least not until you start getting a little longer in the tooth. Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. Williams scanning the floor. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Outside, Fox. Here's Herter. 6 to shoot. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got 5 assists tonight. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Murray. Metu comes in for Kevin Herter. Trey Lyles checked in for Barnes. And it's Malik Monk in for Terrence Davis. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And the Kings with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. Outside, Fox. Pass to Lyles. Sabonis inside. Fox inside the line. Nice shot from the wing. Fox has got the lead up to 14 now for the Kings. So it's the Thunder now. Pass to Joe. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with it. Sabonis is there. And that's going to be too many steps. That's the whistle on the travel.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Dort's checked in. Passes it to Sabonis.
Who's watching here? Hey, yo, right here.
Dishes to Monk. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And in a league full of shooters, Malik Monk is right there with the best of them.
And has always been a weapon from outside, has refined his shot selection the last few years, and starting to come into his own as a reliable outside threat.
And he knocks down the first one.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And Monk drops them both.
And this Thunder team in desperate need of a veteran, someone on their way out that can still be productive and provide some leadership for the young guys.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Sabonis trying to get open. The shot's good from Monk.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
So now, how does Oklahoma City, Greg, get back into the mix in the Western Conference?
Kevin, it's going to be tough. Just so much inexperience on the roster right now. Keeping the core here, yeah, but experienced players to fill out that roster.
And there are the Kings with another bucket.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Man passes to Dort. 5 to shoot. Looking to end the run, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's fascinating to watch Dort evolve his game. He's raised his free throw percentage to 84% last year, and for the first time in his career, he shot over 40% from the field.
No good on that one. So what would you say is next for Dort in his development?
You know, Kevin, I'd like to see him get to the line more often. He has room to grow as a playmaker. Of course, locking down the consistency from range, but he has the work ethic to make all of that happen.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Oklahoma City. Good on the second free throw.
One of the things that I think opponents struggle with is Luguentz Dort and his build. You rarely see a combination of a guy that might not be that tall, but has that kind of width and explosiveness athletically.
Now, here's Monk. Nice defense from Dort.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Man, Oklahoma City gets it back. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And that one falls from Šarić. You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job of drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Fox. Šarić nails them both.
And the toughness Šarić provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Sacramento moving it around. And stolen by Giddey. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Monk with the ball, defended by Dort. Monk, the pass to Lyles. Sabonis trying to get open. Shot's good by Lyles. Lyles got his first bucket of the night.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Thunder trailing by 17. Outside, Dort. Here's Giddey. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Now, here's Mitchell. And there's the pass to Medu. Down low. The shot's good for Monk. Monk's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
1:21 left in the first half of basketball. Man passes to Holmgren over Sabonis. And that one hits back iron. Sacramento leading by 17. Here's Mitchell. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Here's Man. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's Giddey in the corner. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Pass to Lyles. Now Sabonis. To Lyles. Tries again. Sabonis, no good.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Charge inside. Covered by Mitchell. Giddey, no good. Now Monk. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Sacramento feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Taking a look at the Kings, Kenny, what'd you think?
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. They were playing a team game, not one-on-one basketball. Good player movement, good ball movement, and they have a healthy lead to show.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
They're not shooting it well so far. Actually, they've been terrible. But fellas, I got an idea for them. Feed the post. Let the big man eat. Jeez.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. Giddey and Gilgeous-Alexander are the guards. Then it's Williams. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Pokusevski in at the 4. Now here's Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Poked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Off the inbound. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Here's Giddey after the Kings pick up 2. Akusevsky can't hit.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Holmgren.
And prior to playing in college, Sabonis played professionally in Spain.
That's such a head scratcher to me. I mean, 16 years old. I mean, here you'd be getting your license. There, Sabonis was playing in professional leagues against grown men. So that experience certainly has helped him both in college and for sure being a pro now.
First one falls for him.
Well, the father of Domantas Sabonis, Arvydas, named to the NBA 75 All-European team. Arvydas 7'3" and just so skilled.
And Sabonis drops them both. And Greg, what was it like playing with the 7'3" Arvydas when you were in the NBA together?
Kevin, we had a couple years together in Portland, and I tell you what, he was an incredible passer. Really made me a better cutter because he was the first guy I played with that could make all the passes no matter where he was on the floor.
Herter, right side Sabonis, shoots over Holmgren, second chance shot. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good, Herter.
Already impressing at a young age. Kevin Herter's dead-eye accuracy from deep combined with being a fearless competitor going inside. It's going to pay some dividends throughout his career.
Now here's Giddey. To the inside. And Gilgeous-Alexander the bucket on the assist by Holmgren. 8 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fox against Giddey. Outside, Fox. Outside, Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
And that distribution from Sabonis just keeps growing. Found the open man that time.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. Ball's knocked loose. Fox with the steal. Deflects the pass. Murray kicks to Fox. From deep. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Giddey. The kick out to Williams. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to Herter. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Herter, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside Williams. And they pick up 2.
Well, that screen wasn't quite as effective as it could be. However, they find a way to get it done. Credit the shooter for overcoming that aggressive defense.
Fox. The Thunder pull it in. 18 feet out. Second shot opportunity.
Watch the screen.
Holmgren the pass to Giddey. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Herter. Kings leading now by 20. Outside, Fox. Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Fox. Holmgren with it. Now guarded by Fox. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Now, here's Fox. He's got 10. Sabonis trying to get open.
Nice rejection from Giddey.
Throws it up high, and the dunk by Holmgren.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Up top, Fox. Giddey defending. Now the pass to Barnes. And here's Sabonis. The Thunder pull it in. Holmgren's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. Shot clock at 6. Here's Giddey. Off the left rim and out. Sacramento leading by 16. Fox kicks to Herter. Pass to Sabonis. To end the drought. He can't hit that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Pokusevski the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Giddey with it. 7 points in the game. Drops in the layup for 2. Giddey's got 9.
Not afraid to try his luck down there. Giddey on the interior.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And about Pokusevski, what a nice addition he's been, Brent, to the roster for Oklahoma City.
Well, he adds some nice size to the roster, and by that I mean kind of just height. He is a pretty skinny player out there, but he's a good scorer. He can handle the ball. He's got some skills as a big guy. It's about calming down a little bit and finding some more consistency with the role that he plays.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Lyles checked in for Sabonis. Terrence Davis comes in for Kevin Herter. And Monks subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. The 3 from Barnes. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Kings lead by 16.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Dort. Off target with his 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Kings.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
And another difference maker that we could point to tonight has been second chance points. They've been in there. They've had active hands. They've been in great position. And they've been smart attacking the offensive glass.
And that one falls for Davis.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. And both free throws good for Davis. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They trail by 18. Outside Williams. Pass to Dort. Here's Joe. Just 5 to shoot. Over Davis. Joe can't get it to go. Kings leading now by 18. Now, here's Monk. 8 points for him. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Monk. Davis has got 4 this quarter.
I like seeing Monk set his teammates up. A part of his game that I think he's got to continue to improve.
Thunder have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Outside, Dort. Passes to Williams. Back to Dort. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. Talking about defensive specials. How about the hustle Lou Dort shows on D?
Well, this is a guy you throw out there and you say, sick him. Go guard the best player on the other team. And that's something that he takes that challenge on, takes a lot of pride on the defensive end, and has become a very important part of this team.
And the first one drops. All free throws good from Dort. Kings leading now by 18. And the pass to Lyles. And the dunk by Lyles.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. Pass to Joe. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams kicks to Williams. Clock at 6. Here's Joe. That's tipped.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Williams. On the wing, Barnes. Outside, Davis. Shoots over Dort. Here's Murray. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
There he is, beasting on the glass, converting the opportunity, trying to put this game away.
I just don't see how you climb back into the game when you're allowing plays like that to happen. Extra work on the offensive glass.
Well, what a summer for Keegan Murray. The 4th overall pick in Preston Summer League. Looks to be just the type of player the Kings needed.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Davion Mitchell's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Kings on D. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Here's Joe. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow. Now, here's Mitchell. Passes it to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. Murray, no good.
I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
A unique type of player. Chet with great length and skill, but the keys to reaching his potential will be durability and improving his strength.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
First free throw is good. Hey, Greg, Holmgren is thin, but as we both know, he's very tough.
He's aggressive and willing to take contact at both ends. He's also strong mentally. Can't wait to see what the future holds for this young man.
Good on both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And it's Davis with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. The pass to Monk. On the wing, Mitchell. Pass to Murray. Over Williams. Here's Monk. Now, here's Lyons. Dort grabs the miss. Dort's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Mann. 3-pointer. Good. And a nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Mitchell passes to Monk. Passes it to Lyles. Gets a very good look and converts. Lyles got 8 points.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. There's the pass to Mann. It's Dort on the wing. Pass to Mann. At the top of the key, Williams. Dort with the ball. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Lyles. Lyles got rebound number 5 here tonight, but no one around him from outside off the mark. Thunder trailing by 18. Here's Williams driving inside. Dort passes to Williams. Shoots over Lyles. The shot by Williams, no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Davis. Defense is right there. Monk finds Davis. From deep. The shot by Monk is no good. Oklahoma City's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside, Dort. 5 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Dort has that great compact fire hydrant type of build, and he'll take that kind of contact.
The Thunder have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. Free throw good, Dort. He's perfect from the line this time. And here is Mitchell. Monk for three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Sacramento up by 16. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Thunder trailing by 16. Sabonis is out there with Kevin Huerter. And it's Fox. Then it's Malik Monk. And it's Lyles in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Thunder. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And it's the Kings with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They host the 76ers after this game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. There's Sabonis. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Wasted no time on that one.
I'd like to see Gilgeous-Alexander continue to get more and more consistent from there.
Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 14-point game. Rebound by the Kings.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Sacramento making a switch here. Barnes is checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in. Off the inbound, and it's in off the backboard.
He's shooting that with tons and tons of confidence. Huerter with another catch-and-shoot basket.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. They trail by 16. Giddey the pass to Williams. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Giddey. No good on the triple. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Fox passes to Sabonis. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. And that's 12 points for Sabonis.
Set a solid screen. Get yourself open. Textbook play from Sabonis.
Thunder trailing by 18. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams from downtown. The Thunder with another miss.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Monk. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Kings leading now by 20. Barnes passes to Huerter. The kick out to Barnes. Tries again. Passes it to Monk. Looking to get back on track here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Monk is an interesting player. A combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
Brent, with the way shooting has evolved, do you think they might move the 3-point line further out at some point?
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but I have heard some great ideas, and who knows?
And he makes the first. And Monk drops them both. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Now here's Giddey. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Fox against Giddey. Down low. Sabonis inside. Shoots over Holmgren. Sabonis with the bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside Williams. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Pass to Monk. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Fox. Now Monk. Back to Fox. He kicks to Barnes. Drains it from beyond the arc.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Thunder have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. All alone. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
In the corner, it's Monk. Pass to Herter. Sabonis trying to get open. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Sabonis. Matu comes in for Kevin Herter. Edwards, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for De'Aaron Fox. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Robinson Earls checked in for Holmgren. Saric comes in for Pokuševski. Williams, he's checked in for Williams. And Wiggins is subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here is Dellavedova. And there's the pass to Medu. There's the feed to Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Thunder have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now here's Giddey, defended by Dellavedova, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you talk about Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, a burly power forward who plays with confidence.
Plays with confidence, G, and also plays within himself. And I think that's the key. This is a guy who moves the ball well. He's smart and will make good decisions. He's expanding his shot to be a more consistent three-point shooter. So he's a connector in a lot of ways.
That free throw missing. With social media and the cult celebrity, a lot of pitfalls for players. Brent, is the NBA doing a good job preparing them to face those very public challenges?
It's a really good question, Kevin. And I think what's interesting is to study players who've been in the NBA for a while that are embracing social media versus what you're seeing with younger players who have grown up with social media and how they handle that dynamic coming in. And I think, quite frankly, the younger players are a lot better at doing it than some of the older players.
Murray, no good.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Now here's Williams. Giddey with it. Pass to Robinson Earl. Shot clock at 5. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Fox kicks to Sabonis. Misses the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The Thunder with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Barnes looking around. Pass to Monk. Out to the wing. And stolen by Giddey. And Brent, nowadays there are so many options for the great high school basketball player in this country and overseas. Do you see the G League Ignite in similar ways as a positive overall?
I think right now you'd have to say that the G League Ignite has been a successful experiment, and that run is going to continue. You get guys like Jalen Green, who was drafted by the Houston Rockets and came in, had a sensational rookie season. That pathway has led him there, so I think they're doing a good job. The interesting thing, Kevin, to talk about is what colleges have done in response to that and what's going on in the NIL space. How does that change the dynamic in the future?
That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And Giddey hard to corral at his size.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Josh Giddey.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Kings. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Holmgren, he's checked in for Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Now, here's Fox. Kicks it to Barnes. Passes it to Huerter. Jacks up a 3. Krusevsky grabs the miss.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
The offensive rebound. Holmgren. Giddey, no one around him. Drains the 19-footer. Giddey's got 4 this quarter.
That elite passing ability, Giddey has the defense on its heels, and it gives him space to operate in the mid-range. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Outside Williams. Fox against Giddey. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's foul number 2 for him. And so much great talent coming into the league, Greg, every year. That 2021 draft class, in particular, looks very strong.
Absolutely. Anytime you got just a couple potential stars, but from the looks of it, upwards of 5, you know it's been a special draft.
Basket counts. Holmgren's got 12 points here in the second half. Kings leading now by 19 points. Outside, Fox. The pass to Huerter. Back to Fox. They get the rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Holmgren. Free throw good, Murray. And so Murray nails both of them. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
No. Come on, Greg. I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it. Now, here's Holmgren. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Free throw drops for Holmgren. So he gets them both. And so Fox will bring it up for the Kings. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Murray outside. Here's Herter. That's in there. Murray with the assist. And the Kings lead by 21.
And everything working right now for Kevin Herter on the offensive end.
Oklahoma City has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Giddey against Fox. Pokusevski uses the glass to finish the layup. Pokusevski's got his first basket of the night.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Fox kicks to Barnes.
Oh, come on, hit that, man.
Latre. He can't get it to go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Kings.
On a given night, one or two guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They did lose focus, and it made a difference.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for De'Aaron Fox.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Now here's Giddey. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Holmgren with it. Sabonis is there. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And the Thunder making a switch here. Both good from the line that time. Now, here's Mitchell. 29 seconds left in the fourth. To the middle. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but Veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Got a hand on it, and they get it back.
Two-shot.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here is Mitchell. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.